Yo, what's cracking everyone? Ericship 111 here, back again with another video of The Crew 2. And in this video today, we're going to be dabbling in to the touring cars. And in this video, I will be driving this car right here, the Ferrari 488 GT3. Now, the reason why I've chosen this car is simply because I haven't seen many of this particular race car in many of the mainstream games, so I decided I want to try out this car, so I went ahead and purchased it. But more importantly, I wanted to try out the physics of the race cars in the Crew 2 because, of course, there are so many disciplines and every single car group has their own characteristics, and with so many touring cars to choose from, you would imagine that with these race cars, the handling or the way it drives would lean towards more of the simulation side, because even though this game is primarily focused more as an arcade racer, open world racer, having this many touring cars doesn't make sense if the handling is gonna be the same as many of the other street racer cars available. So that is why I have brought this Ferrari 488 GT3 on the Golden Hills racetrack. And that is also another thing that I like about the Crew 2, is that the map doesn't just incorporate streets but also has racing circuits. If there's any other games that can learn from this, that would be a great feature, because irrespective of the touring car, it is very satisfying to be able to drive your car through the streets of America, make your way to a racetrack as your destination, fully maximize the potential of the car that you have modified, and then afterwards being able to cruise along back knowing how well you have driven. I don't know, to me there is some sort of satisfaction to that. But anyways, I am now ready to race. I'm just waiting for the other players that are on this lobby to drive to the destination, to this fence right here as well. Once they're able to do that, the gates will open and then you guys will be able to see how the online races commence. So once again, Golden Hills racetrack is where we'll be doing this race, and there's the countdown to make it to the starting line. And then I am lining up the car right now. Now I will be as you can see, Domestic Mango's on the left-hand side. He just parks right next to me in a Maserati. Like, what are you doing? Park behind me. So there we have it. The race is about to commence. I know you guys want to hear about how the handling really feels like. But first, let me tell you this, that the Ferrari is an absolute beast of a car in terms of acceleration. I was off to a blistering start, and I don't think anyone else was able to catch me for the entire race. But anyways, back onto handling with these touring cars. Now, surprisingly, I was quite baffled in the beginning as, am I even playing the same game? Because with these touring cars, the car just feels so planted, it feels so grippy, and it almost feels more towards the simulation side when it came to tackling the corners, having to brake at precise moments, and then exiting corners at the right amount of throttle. And that was something that I had to kind of get used to, because just before this recording, I was actually back in my Audi TT RS, and I was just mucking around, drifting, driving without much thought at all. Not saying that that is a bad thing, but then having to jump into this Ferrari racing car, as you'll see me lock up, it's certainly a different beast. Now, in terms of how forgiving the game is when you make a mistake, the Crew 2 makes it somewhat even throughout all of the car categories. So there is a margin of error that you are allowed to make, and the car will be able to recover, so then you can go back to your races fairly easy. And I guess that is the somewhat arcadey element that the Crew 2 possesses, which is absolutely fine. There is nothing wrong with that. But in terms of the touring cars, yes, it is a little bit more precise, a little bit more in your face, if you know what I mean, and a lot more concentration is needed if you want to drive these cars to their full potential. But that's pretty much the handling aspect of these touring cars. Now, let me just cover a few more topics. The first one is the car customization. Now, because these are touring cars, many of these body kits are essentially locked on to the Crew 2. So, aesthetically, I do not believe there are many parts that you're allowed to fit onto it, at least for this car anyway. I cannot speak about the other touring cars as I did not get a chance to drive them, but in terms of performance modifications, handling, engine upgrades, yes, they are available to improve on the car's ability, and you'll see that at the end of the race when I pick up these live cubes, and then they'll show you what parts I was able to collect to upgrade the car for future races. But anyways, I am gonna wrap up this video right now before the race finishes. If you guys did enjoy this video or did find this video helpful, please make sure to smash the thumbs up button. That would really help me out. And also, if you would like to see more of the Crew 2 on this channel, make sure to click the subscribe button with notifications turned on, because I don't know what they've done with that notification button. So make sure you smack that button as well multiple times, and that way you won't ever miss out on another video that comes live, especially on the Crew 2. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.